The Prime Minister Modi in Hubballi to inaugurate the National Youth Festival. This is, of course, the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. How significant do you think such events are for the students there, for the people who have gathered there, with the Prime Minister coming there, not just inaugurating the festival, but he will also, of course, be extensively talking about the kind of connect that he has, the kind of significance of Swami Vivekananda's teachings in his life?
It's very rare that a leader who was born nearly 160 years back inspires the youth of that time, inspired the youth of current generations. So this perennial inspiration that Vivekananda has definitely has to be appreciated, and he can be used as an inspiring figure for the youth. We say it's a nation of the youth, with average age of the citizens much lower than anywhere in the world. I think around 30 years. If that is the case, then youth need to be inspired. They have to be nurtured and used for the progress of the nation. And Mr. Modi's connect to the people and his appeal for the youth is definitely one of the reasons. But to have these programs is very important, that youth rise and get inspired by such important leaders and like Swami Vivekananda, and for Mr. Modi to get connected to youth and inspire them to do much more in life than what your opposition tries to create, kind of a disappointing environment. So this positivity is very, very assuring and very important.
Okay, a lot of positivity that we're expecting here as the Prime Minister also speaks about the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. It's also going to be extremely important because students from across Karnataka are going to be a part of it. Mr. Rahul Ishwar, it's a 5-day event. Over 7,500 youth delegates from all over India are going to be a part of this event. We're seeing the visuals on our screens, people across the city of Hubballi lining up on the streets to look at the Prime Minister, get a glimpse of him, and of course, you're going to be listening to his address that will start shortly.
Swami Vivekananda is perhaps the greatest icon that India has produced in the field of philosophy, in the field of thought leadership. And it was Swami Vivekananda who in 1893 really reimagined India in a different sense and repositioned India to the world. The current interest in India, yoga, Vedanta, Ayurveda all stem from the great Digvijaya of Swami Vivekananda, who did his 1893 and his subsequent European and American tours. So it is very important that Swami Vivekananda is celebrated and understood in the right framework, right context. A.L. Basham called Vivekananda one of the molders of the modern century. And Vivekananda has heavily influenced and inspired psychology movements, science movements. There are certain reports that he has met with Tesla, and Tesla was very positively inspired by him. So Swami Vivekananda was such a towering, iconic figure. What we can say, just like we say for Father of the Nation, for Mahatma Gandhi, he's the saint of the nation, some kind of a Rashtra Guru, if we can use that word. So Swami Vivekananda has always been a beacon of hope, positivity, spirituality for India and the world, and it's important that we highlight our great icons like Swami Vivekananda and positively point out to them. And importantly, Vivekananda is one of the most non-divisive figures ever. People belong to right or left or any community, doesn't matter. They equally adore, admire, and literally worship Vivekananda because of his stature, his sincerity, his intellectual integrity. And it is very happy that Narendra Modi ji, who even has wrote a book years earlier regarding Narendra's or Swami Vivekananda's influence on Narendra Modi's life, he is highlighting him again, positively teaching and inspiring students regarding the nuances and good qualities of Swami Vivekananda. I hope a statesman like Modi ji, who has gone beyond the stature of a political leader, gone into a statesmanship, a fakir kind of a mode, will be able to inspire spirituality and positivity in the minds of our youngsters.
Okay, so activities in the festival will include discussions on relevant themes like student-centric governance as well as digital India, exhibition of traditional sport and competitive cultural events as well. That will be a part of this big show in Karnataka, and it's for the first time that it's taking place in northern Karnataka. I want to ask you, in a short while from now, as the Prime Minister is going to be addressing the students, what do you think he will be speaking on? Or, because you have spoken of Vivekananda's teachings time and again, what do you think that the Prime Minister should be speaking about that will inspire the students?
And I know I was one of the invited guests 3 years back for such a Swami Vivekananda event, their PM was inaugurated. I think it was pre-COVID. So he spoke in depth about Vivekananda's message, his philosophy, his practical application, what are the good qualities that we should take. And as an Indian and as a Vivekananda devotee, I also expect some major announcement or policy push regarding education, entrepreneurship, because Swami Vivekananda talked about having this both scientific and spiritual education nearly 100 and 120 years back. So some educational push, some push for entrepreneurship, some edupreneurship kind of ideas where education and entrepreneurship is combined. So these are going to be vibrant themes, and Modi ji is a person who can really deliver on that trend because he has been an administrator, not only a thinker, he has been an avid administrator. So everyone is waiting with bated breath to listen to Modi ji and the announcements he is going to make.
Right. Mr. Rahul Ishwar, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. I want to go across back to Imran, who's joining us from the spot. Imran, we're seeing the kind of excitement in the air. A lot of students, a lot of supporters of the BJP waiting eagerly for the Prime Minister, who's expected to arrive at the location of the event in just a short while from now.
प्रधानमंत्री युवाओं से आज क्या खास बात करने वाले हैं, खास तौर पर आज का दिन महत्वपूर्ण है। हम जानते हैं कि समय समय पर प्रधानमंत्री इस बात पर करते हैं कि किस तरह से युवाओं की सबसे महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है देश को आगे बढ़ाने में। हम जानते हैं कि आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव में जिन संकल्पों की बात की जा रही है, जिस नए भारत की बात की जा रही है।
Well, absolutely. As you heard that, you can see from the visuals the convoy which is coming, and people are eagerly waiting for the Prime Minister to come here at the sports stadium, not just to hear him, but even to have a glimpse of Prime Minister. The students here have gathered, some of them even at 9 a.m. in the morning. Some have exams, some have their classes, but they have come here to see the Prime Minister. As you can see, a lot of them have a lot of expectations with the Prime Minister. So mainly the crux of it is to address youth and see how Prime Minister comes out with some kind of decision and some kind of advice onto their youth development cutting across regions of this country. We heard voices from Bihar, we heard voices from Rajasthan, and we heard voices from Andhra Pradesh, students who have been telling us, and from Punjab, what they're expecting from the Prime Minister. Ma'am, you have also come here to see the Prime Minister?
Yes. Myself, Dr. Vidya. I'm working in Navalgunda Taluk Hospital. I'm very proud that Narendra Modi is our Prime Minister. He has done many works in different sectors. I have many lists to say.
How enthusiastic are you to see the Prime Minister? Short while from now, he'll be arriving.
Yeah, I'm very excited. If I get a chance to talk with him, I'm waiting for that. I want to thankful for him because he has many lists to say, from reducing the corruption and Make in India has done. After that, because of that, many department-wise, the posters are vacant posters are filled.
Okay. So there you see the development where in both in terms of there's a doctor who has come here. We also students from कौन से शहर?
We are from Rajasthan, sir. खम्मागढ़ी.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी कुछ इधर में आने वाले हैं.
हाँ जी.
तो क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर की स्पीच से?
जी, हम जैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, वो हमारे मतलब परम सम्मानीय हैं, और जैसे कि यहाँ पे पूरा देश के युवा पीढ़ी, जो युवा वर्ग यहाँ पे बैठा हुआ है, तो हम उनसे चाहते हैं कि वो युवाओं के लिए जो अच्छे कार्य कर रहे हैं, जैसे मुद्रा योजना हो गई, जिससे एक युवा सशक्त बन सकता है, और जैसे उन्होंने बहुत सारी स्कीम चलाई हैं, जैसे अग्निपथ स्कीम चलाई है, तो मैं चाहता हूं कि वो आगे भी इसे ऐसे ही निरंतर अपने कार्यों के द्वारा देश के युवाओं का भला कर सकें.
Right, Imran, I just have to interrupt you there. Of course, we'll continue our coverage of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow in Hubli on the occasion of National Youth Day, but we'll come back after this very short break.